I don't want you to reach 45 and suddenly realize how the world really works. By then, it's too late. You need to learn these 7 life lessons now, while you're young. Think of them as cheat codes for life. Master them and you'll effortlessly outpace the competition and achieve success. 1. Pornhub makes you less masculine. Men have always been highly sexual, but with the rise of Pornhub, TikTok, Instagram and OnlyFans, there's now an endless stream of explicit content available at any time. Many men use these platforms to satisfy their urges, escape boredom and relieve stress. But here's the catch. This constant indulgence weakens your control over your own desires. A study of 1,000 men found that 50% admitted to having deviant sexual desires, like flirtarism, which is the urge to touch others inappropriately without consent. This is the dark side of hypersexualization. It takes away a man's discipline and self-control, making him weaker. Look at Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. He had access to all the wealth and women in the world. Yet in his book, Meditations, he wrote that sexual promiscuity was a feminine trait because it showed a lack of self-control. In his eyes, a strong man had restraint. Unfortunately, most men don't realize the damage porn causes until they're older, but by then it's too late. Imagine being young and already having complete control over your mind and body. And that's just the beginning. Lessons 2 through 5 are things your father should have taught you. 2. Testosterone is your power source. Testosterone is the foundation of your motivation, confidence, strength, muscle growth, and even bone density. But here's the bad news. Testosterone levels have been declining by 1% per year for the past few decades. That explains why so many men today feel physically and mentally weaker. The biggest culprit? Excess weight. No generation in history has been this sedentary or consumed this many calories. The CDC reports that 73% of people are either overweight or obese, and fat tissue converts testosterone into estrogen, making men even weaker. Solution: live like men from the 1960s. Back then, the average daily calorie intake was 2,700. Today, it's 3,800. Simply cutting back to 2,700 calories will make a massive difference. In the 1960s, high school students were required to complete pull-ups, sit-ups, a 50-yard dash, and more to stay fit. You don't have to do those exact workouts, but you should be strong enough to handle them. 3. Ignoring mental health makes you weak. Most men brush off mental health, but the reality is, suicide rates are higher today than during WRI and the Great Depression. 14.4 per 1,000,000 people. This shouldn't be happening, especially with all the resources available. Yet suicide rates have increased by 37% since the early 2000s. Even if you don't deal with anxiety or depression, life itself is challenging. Therapy gives you new perspectives and tools to handle stress like a man, by attacking problems, not avoiding them. If you're struggling, consider online therapy. Services like BetterHelp make it affordable and easy. Click the link below to get 10% off your first month. 4. Physical strength builds mental strength. Lifting weights and building physical strength directly boosts your mental strength. It increases self-esteem, discipline, and resilience. Yet, we are the weakest generation in history. One study found that millennials' grip strength has dropped by 22% compared to their parents. That's not just a gym statistic, it reflects a loss of overall strength and masculinity. When men were asked to rate themselves from completely masculine to completely feminine, only 2% of men aged 18 to 24 identified as fully masculine. This is a crisis. Solution: hit the gym, lift weights, Strength train. Your body and mind will thank you. This is just the beginning. The next lessons will reshape your mindset and give you an advantage over 99% of men. Keep watching. This means you need to hit the gym, lift weights, and gradually increase the weight over time. As the weeks go by, you'll notice your body gaining muscle. This growth boosts your confidence and power, which in turn strengthens your mind. 5. Relying on external validation weakens you. Needing others to tell you you're great? That's external validation. Knowing you're great without needing approval? That's self-perception. The problem is, most people constantly seek validation instead of building their self-perception from within. And social media is making this worse. Just 1 hour of social media use can drop your self-esteem by 6 points. But how you use it matters. If you actively post and engage, you position yourself to receive positive feedback, which boosts confidence. But if you only consume content, you're just comparing yourself to idealized, perfect people. This lowers your confidence over time. The fix? Create more, consume less, post your own content, and engage instead of just scrolling mindlessly. 6. Video games. Lower testosterone. Gaming is linked to obesity, sleep issues, and depression. It's even classified as a mental disorder under the International Classification of Diseases, Internet Gaming Disorder. Why? Because gaming overstimulates your brain with unnaturally high dopamine levels. Over time, your brain gets used to this high and loses motivation for normal activities. That's why excessive gaming leads to lack of motivation, increased anxiety and depression. Just 2 hours a day is enough to cause this. Sleep problems, lower testosterone due to being sedentary, overeating, and stress. Moderation is key. Cutting back just a few hours can reverse most of gaming's negative effects. Instead, replace those hours with socializing or exercising, and you'll see a massive difference. 7. Being antisocial kills your success. Saying I'm an introvert isn't an excuse, it's self-sabotage. Avoiding social situations might feel comfortable in the moment, but in the long run, it kills your charisma. Makes it harder to find a partner, limits career and financial opportunities. Extroverts, on average, earn $500,000 more over their lifetimes than introverts. Why? Because they network more, take more risks, and build better relationships. Here's how to break out of your shell today. 1. Send a mass message to everyone in your contacts or Instagram. 2. Set up meetups with family, friends, or co-workers. 3. Push past the fear of rejection and keep doing this regularly. Watch how your charisma skyrockets. These 7 cheat codes will give you an unfair advantage in life. And I'm not even done. There are 2 more videos you need to watch to keep leveling up. See you next time, boys.